Let's talk about another one of the hardest levels we've made so far in Dream Runner. This level is all about escorting these crystal orbs to receivers that open doors to allow you to move on to the next section. Each orb moves in a set speed in the direction you most recently hit it with your melee slash. If the orb runs into anything, it breaks and returns to the start. Now, for more context, these extremely hard levels we're showcasing are part of the optional post-game arcade mode, meant to be an extra challenge. These levels have few checkpoints with large sections that are meant to be completed in one go. The main game has challenging platforming too, but it also has checkpoints before nearly every hazard to ensure you are never repeating large parts of a level like this. Even in these arcade mode levels, though, our checkpoints are strategic, so you never have to master too large of a section at once. Okay, now that the orb has completed its journey, the door is open and we can move to the next section. We're going to skip the middle part because this level is long and move on to the final section. This part adds a twist to the mechanic. As the player will have learned by now, anything with the orange outline means you can bounce off it. So this section is not only about escorting the orb, but using it as a platforming mechanic to move through the level. Because the orb will change direction based on the angle of your melee slash, you have to be really careful about the timing and direction of your bounces. Your teleport and float abilities really help with this because they allow you to stall in the air and reposition for the perfect moment to strike. A few final positioning hits to get the orb into the receiver, and the door opens for you to move on to the final section. One thing I want to note is that sometimes it can be hard to see what comes next in a level on vertical, but in full screen, we always position the camera with confiners and offsets to make sure the player can see as much as possible. So here we use the blue flower up to catch up with the ball so that we can use it to ride upwards. We have to be careful to always aim our slashes upwards in this section so that the orb doesn't change direction. Now, in case you haven't seen our other videos, the only reason this whole section works is because every time you bounce in the air, you refresh your float and your teleport. One final direction change into a tight corridor where you LeBron James the orb into the receiver and the door opens. Let us know what you think.